Yo, thank you for joining me. This your on the Unpopular Opinion channel. Just like I promised, I'm bringing another video today about 100-year-old Tesla Healing Coil. See, I told you they got all type of stuff that's been out there that was somehow lost to the masses, but now it's seen to reemerge. So in this video, I'm gonna bring to you a guy talking about this 100-year-old Tesla coil, Tesla Healing Coil. What is a Tesla Healing Coil? Glad you asked. I didn't know myself. But back in the day, in the early 1900s and 1800s, people were using electric. They was manipulating electrical energy in some type of way, harnessing it into the body to heal it without even cutting the body open. They didn't even have to take it open, and they got a lot of testimonies of people from that time era saying that these type of devices work. You know, after 1910, the Flexner Report, a lot of these old practices and old technologies disappeared somehow magically, but now it's coming back about. So without further ado, check this video out right here and tell me what you think. Don't forget to hit the like button, get in those comments. Let me know if there's some good information.
It's the year 1920. You're in your Ford Model T listening to the first commercial radio station and headed home from an epic jazz hall. You had as much fun as this guy. But all that jazzerry, it's left your knees kind of hurting. Luckily, you've got just the solution at home. It's called the Violet Wand. This thing cures everything from baldness to asthma. All you do is you turn it on, bring it towards your knee, give it a little rub, and ow! What the? Nope, hard pass. And this is the real deal. 50,000 volts in the palm of your hand that we used to believe had magical healing properties. So grab your Violet Wand because we're going to take a look at what's inside these things, how the heck they work, and how they help define the Roaring 20s. What's so cool about these devices is they represent a time when electricity was exciting and new. People hadn't really heard of something like this before, and high voltage was just a curiosity. They came with various glass electrodes of different shapes, all for different purposes, and they lit up with brightly colored plasmas. Just look at this one in particular. They were, and still are, quite the spectacle. For these reasons, it was easily marketed as the end-all cure for dozens of illnesses. Curing asthma and baldness was honestly just the beginning. It treated anemia, bronchitis.
Now imagine that, having a device in your house that could cure asthma, bronchitis, hair loss. Man, what you talking about, man? I probably could use that thing here today. You know, that technology, I'm interested in hearing about that. Let me listen to what man's saying about this video.
Bruises, deafness, toothaches, foot sprains, the list goes on. In reality, it did serve some medical purposes, but in general was considered a medical quack device from the 1920s. Now, it also is interchangeable with the violet ray, which, guess what, that was invented by Nikola Tesla himself. So that kind of makes this sort of like the spoiled grandchild of the Tesla coil, you know? Now I have two violet wands here, an original from 1920, which you've already seen, and a modern one from 1990. Those of you with a keen eye might notice they haven't changed much. The older violet wand was donated by my father, and it came in this really sick antique case, complete with analog on-off switches and an adjustable power knob in the middle, and there was a lot of brass throughout this, which helped to date the thing. It also came with a spare violet wand that was more incorporated with the kit, and the lid can hold about a dozen electrodes. Couple that with the fact that this is made in USA in Detroit back in 1920, and it's from Renew Life. This is a legit antique. As for the newer one, it was actually donated by a viewer, so Ed, I hope you're watching. Thank you very much. But let's think about what these things are. They take a wall voltage and boost it up to 30, 40, 50,000 volts, all in a handheld package. That's pretty advanced for the 1920s. So how exactly is this supposed to be used? Well, first you select the electrode for your specific ailment. There were some for general application, others for combing through the hair, and there were some for healing your butt. After inserting the electrode into the wand, you would apply the electricity directly to the affected area of your body. I actually have a chronic wrist issue, so, ow, not again. I should note that the majority of the time, these are designed to be used with the glass electrodes because the glass itself actually limits the power of the sparks. Otherwise, the sparks these things make. You have to admit, though, these things are pretty biblical. but just wait till you see the inside of this 100-year-old antique. I mean, it essentially is a time capsule that speaks volumes for the production standards and production qualities from 100 years ago. So let's take a look inside an original violet wand. The casing is old Bakelite plastic, and the construction, I mean, it's incredible. These windings held together with thread and paper, a coil of wire insulated with nothing but cloth, and this is beeswax, likely used to insulate from high voltages. More wax is soaked into these windings, the thread, the layers of paper, and these wires are also insulated with that wax-soaked cloth as well. It comes complete with the classic mechanical power switch. As for how they worked, it's actually really cool. They were mechanically driven transformers, meaning they relied on these little moving parts called relays. 110 volts comes in and opens up the relay, which charges this capacitor. But the relay, it's designed to automatically close. This dumps all the energy from the capacitor into this primary coil. Energy is then radiated underneath into the secondary coil, which has hundreds of times.
When I was coming up to school, they used to always tell you, don't mess around with electricity. They always used to tell us that. Leave the electricity alone. Oh, you got to stay away from the power line. It didn't dawn on me until I got older. Why did they want us away from electricity so much? Why? I always wanted that. Now I know why. I really see why now.
Times more turns. That turns the 110 volts into nearly 50,000. Wicked cool. And this cycle repeats dozens of times a second. Absolute time capsule. So that's a look inside of a 100-year-old medical antique that helped define the 1920s. As for the modern one, I mean, it's just a flat-up awesome power source to mess around with. It makes 1-inch arcs onto pretty much anything I want. But do these work? Do they treat the asthma, the bronchitis, the other serious ailments they were claimed to treat back in the 20s? Well, since the high voltage is capacitively coupled through the glass, it can significantly warm your skin, causing vasodilation and increased blood flow. That can be healthy. However, there's limited evidence that these help with the more serious of ailments. Now, due to the nice, gentle, warming action of violet wands, they tend to be found in adult stores. You didn't see that one coming. So if you ever see one of these at an antique shop, just remember how these are.
Violet wand. The violet wand. I mean, who would have ever known this? That's why I say we can learn so much on this internet together and share it with each other and come up with good answers for what could suit and help us, and so we can be better off as a whole. Because I would definitely give something like that a chance versus the modern medicine and taking all these medicine. I would definitely try something like that. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think. Would you try the Tesla Healing Coil, or would you stick to the medical practice and let doctors practice on you with pharmaceuticals?
Represent an era. It was the grandchild of the Tesla coil put to everyday use. I had a lot of fun shooting this, so let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, special thanks to Ed, my father, and to all the Patreons who helped to support my work. Plasma Channel out.
Yeah, that was a great video. Got the Plasma Channel. I'm going to leave a link down there in the description. We got people talking about great things, and I was just amazed when I first ran across it, and because I never ran across that before. I never even heard of anything like that. And I did a little research on it myself. And like he said, you know, you can find these devices out here. They are out here. It's just not publicized and marketed in a manner that everybody will go to it. But check it out. Till next time, this your on the Unpopular Opinion channel. I'm out.